Amy Peck.
Got lots of things here with me, bringing onto the stage. All right, so we're going to talk about sustainable intelligence, but from a very broad lens, so the broadest concept of sustainability. So this is Gartner, released their top 10 for 2025 strategic technology trends. And we've actually covered a fairly good swath of this today. But where I thought it was interesting is how they grouped it then in terms of the AI imperatives and the risks that we need to address, the new frontiers of computing, as well as the human-machine synergy. The challenge that all companies have is having a significant lens on all of these in context to their own industries as well as global industries. And it's becoming more and more challenges for companies to stay on top of all of this.
Imagine our world today. People, vehicles, businesses, buildings, hospitals, factories, entire cities, and the billions of devices that connect us to this world and to each other. This is the physical world. But what if we can replicate that physical world into its digital twin? A digital twin that is bound to the physical world in real time, that we can experience in mixed reality, that we can collaborate with, that we can run simulations on and find what is important to us, that we can apply AI to learn, predict, and act, to save time and money, to reduce carbon, to preserve natural resources, to improve safety, to bring us all closer. This is already happening today. Across the world, organizations are taking advantage of this new wave of innovation that trends to an interconnectedness that enables the metaverse. Everything modeled in the metaverse mirrors the status of its physical twin, including the interactions and relations between everything else. By applying the power of the cloud, we eliminate boundaries of what this can do. The potential is limitless.
So as Jim mentioned in my intro, I do a lot of work with digital twins. We've talked about that today. We've talked about simulation. What I think we're missing is within these individual chapters, we need to really look at the convergence of all of these technologies. And we're predicting how these technologies will evolve, how our companies are going to build technologies. I absolutely love the fact that within quantum communication, there's a 20 to 40 year outlook. That is the type of vision that we need, but that's a singular technology. It's really the convergence of multiple technologies. Now, I'm on a World Economic Forum working group really about the convergence, and the timing was great that we just released a report about 2 weeks ago that is exactly about the convergence of technology. And what they really, I gotta tell you, this was 7 months and 8 months of very, very complicated discussions on how do you distill all of this information down into a format that people can actually understand, but also take action on within their companies. So they came up with a 3C framework, right? And looking at how technologies combine, and then converging with value chains and expanding those value chains, and then compounding ecosystems, right? And the benefits actually compound as well. So if you look at, and we've talked about so many of these technologies today, and you look at how artificial intelligence in the sort of periwinkle cuts across all of the technologies, but it's not always the answer for how all of these technologies evolve. Feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. I can send you the full report on this. So, the burning question, what does the future hold? So, when I work with companies, we certainly look at the technological future, right? But I think we have to be on parallel paths to innovation. One is identifying how we make an incremental improvement. We're very good at that, right? We're using all the tools, we're using the technologies to be more productive, to be able to lay the groundwork, to be able to build the systems of the future. Where I think we're missing a little bit is the exponential growth and the exponential leaps from a human perspective. All of this technology should be in service of humans and humanity. And yes, it sounds like this sort of lofty idea, but we need to be thinking about how do we want to actually live in the future, and then design the products and services to get us there. And the technology will support that. And as I'm always positive about technology, but we are going to talk about some of the slightly negative impacts on our upcoming panel, I really do believe the possibilities are infinite. So thanks, and we will move on to our panel.